1, 2, 3.
Good morning, teacher Violet and teacher Om.
Good morning, students. Welcome.
Good morning, guys.
Let's quickly give a few minutes to teacher Om to quickly do a warm-up with us before we start.
Okay, guys, please show two hands. Leon, Boss, Jasmine, Ten, Chen, Posh, Nam. Okay. Ladies, we're gonna point this one, gonna point this two. Okay, are you ready? Yes.
Yes.
All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, thank you. Good job, everyone.
Well done, you guys. Very good. So today we're going to start with a new chapter in mathematics. And I'm quite excited to go do something new because the first chapter we did was a very long unit. So the one thing I want to just make sure you guys still remember about is our homework I gave you last week. Page 92, 93, 94, and 95. Those pages you have to still complete and send it to us whenever you are finished. But please try and finish them as soon as possible. Please don't forget to send it to us in the line group. Okay, now today we're going to look at Unit 3, Quadrilaterals. And we're going to spend some time identifying them. But first, let's practice our vocabulary so that we at least have an idea of what are the types of words that we are going to use. So the first word over here is called a protractor. So I want all of you to say with me, protractor.
Protractor.
Very good. One more time, protractor.
Protractor.
Excellent. What do we use a protractor for? Does anyone know? What do we use it for? We use the protractor to measure the size of angles. If you want to find the different angles, we use a protractor. The next one is the rhombus. All together here? Rhombus. Excellent, excellent. One more time. Rhombus. Very good. Okay, the rhombus is a type of quadrilateral. We'll look at the rules for them in this little bit. The next one is a set square.
Square.
Very good. One more time. Set square.
Square.
We can use the set square to draw 90-degree triangles. Triangles with 90 degrees here. Okay. And then the last one on the bottom here is the trapezium.
Trapezium.
Very good. One more time. Trapezium.
Trapezium.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. So today we're going to look at what are quadrilaterals, what are their rules and their characteristics. Now we can look at different types of quadrilaterals, but first we're going to look at the equiangular quadrilaterals. Equiangular quadrilaterals. Okay, so let's first have a look. An equiangular quadrilateral whose sides are the same is called a square. So where you have all the sides are the same. Oh, where's the line? So all these sides are the same length and same distance apart from each other. It will be a square. The other one is when we have the opposite sides of the same length. So for this example, the opposite sides will be the one is over there and opposite is over here. So if the opposite sides of equiangular triangle, quadrilateral is the same length, we call it a rectangle. Two sides same length, two sides same length. Okay, it's important to make sure we understand. So a quadrilateral is a closed shape with 4 sides and 4 corners, like we can see here. Here's a corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 sides, 4 corners. A quadrilateral whose corners are all right angles is an equiangular quadrilateral. There are 2 types of equiangular quadrilaterals, squares and rectangles. Okay, so let's quickly, it's very short information. So let's look at some examples. Let's say you tick 3 in the box, in a circle, in front of equiangular quadrilaterals. So we have to tick which one is an equiangular quadrilateral. So let's look at number 1. What do you think? Is number 1 an equiangular quadrilateral? Over here. Draw a box. Over here, do you think it is an equiangular quadrilateral? Yes or no? Who can tell me? Someone take a guess. Yes or no? Read the rules. Let's look at the rules again. An quadrilateral whose corners are all right angles is an equiangular quadrilateral. The equiangular meaning equal angles. So all 4 angles must be the same size. And there's only 2 equiangular quadrilaterals. There is only a square and a rectangle. So if you look at picture number 1, what is this picture? Is it a square or a rectangle?
Square.
It is a square. They just turned it upside down, but it's still a square. Excellent. Thank you. So the first one over here, we can tick. It is a equiangular quadrilateral. How about number 2? Is number 2 an equiangular quadrilateral? Yes or no?
No, I think.
No, it's not. Very good answer. It's not. Why? Because the angles are not the same. It's not 90-degree angles. These opposite angles are different sizes, so it's not. What about number 3? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Because 1, 2, 3, 4 angles, all the same size. What about number 4?
No.
No. Very good answer. No. Because the angles and the sizes are different over here and here. And this is a trapezium. It's not an equiangular quadrilateral. What about number 5? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. And last one, number 6.
No.
No, it's not the equiangular quadrilateral. Okay, let's quickly look at number 2. Look at some different types of questions. So what is a quadrilateral whose sides are the same and all corners are right angled called? This one is called the equiangular quadrilateral. So if all the corners are 90 degrees or right angle corners, we call the quadrilateral equiangular quadrilateral. Now, what is a quadrilateral with opposite sides, not adjacent sides, are the same, and all the corners are right angled? This one is called the rectangle, because the opposite sides are the same. This one's a rectangle. Okay. So these are just 2 types of questions. You won't really ask you those questions, but it's important for us to learn the rules of these shapes and what are the characteristics of them. So here we have a set of rules. These we just have to study. We have to know them and we have to study them so that we understand how we can use them to calculate certain things. So let's go through them one by one and let's see if we can identify the characteristics. Number 1, a square. All corners are right angles. All 4 sides are the same. You can see they show the sides are the same by putting 2 lines here, 2 lines. That shows us that all these sides with 2 lines are the same. The next one over here is the rectangle on the right hand side. Now all the corners of the rectangle is also right angles. The opposite sides and not adjacent sides are the same. So for meaning that is, you can see there's 1 line here, 1 line here. It shows they are the same length. 2 lines here and 2 lines here shows us they are the same length. And then we have the 90 degree or the right angles in the corner. Okay. The next one is a rhombus. The rhombus is none of the corners are right angles, but all 4 sides are the same. So think about a square. And if you take the square and you just squash it a little bit, you get a rhombus. It's like someone stepped on the square and it created a rhombus. But a rhombus still has all the sides are the same length. Just the angles are a little bit different. Not the same angles and also not 90 degree or right angle corners. The next one is a parallelogram. Parallelogram. So let's practice that one. We didn't have it in the vocabulary. So let's practice that one all together. Let's first say it slowly. Parallelogram. Then let's practice. Let's practice. Parallelogram. All of us, we have to practice, but we start off slowly. Let me also highlight the syllables. Parallelogram. You say it in three words, basically. Parallelogram. Let's all say it together. Excellent. And now we combine the words all together, and then we say a parallelogram.
Parallelogram.
Very good, excellent. One more time, parallelogram.
Parallelogram.
Very good. Now that word, the parallelogram, the word itself can sometimes make our tongue confused, and we will then say it maybe incorrectly. So it's good to practice these types of words so that we sometimes get confused with the R and the L's when we speak. Okay, but a parallelogram, none of the corners are right angles. Opposite side, not adjacent sides are the same and are parallel. What does this mean? This means this shape is almost like the rectangle because the opposite sides are equal, but the corners are not right angles. So also someone just squished it a little bit or stepped on the rectangle to form a parallelogram. And the two which are the strangest looking ones is the trapezium. Now there is only one pair of parallel lines. Only one pair of parallel lines. And let me draw them for you so you can see where are the parallel lines. This line and this line are parallel. And what does parallel mean? It means they will never touch. No matter how far you draw this line and the bottom line, they will never meet and touch each other. They are exactly opposite each other. So a trapezium only has one pair of parallel lines or sides. You can see the other sides. This line is going in this direction, and this one is going in an opposite direction. So the shape looks a little bit different. Also has different rules. The last one over here is a kite. Oh, I must change the color again, sorry. A kite. Now a kite, it has two pairs of adjacent sides are the same. A pair of opposite corners are the same. So what we can also do when we see a kite is we can draw a line through the middle there, and it will show us two triangles. We usually do this when we want to calculate some angles or things like that. But the easiest way to identify a kite is with these two lines over here are the same length, and these two lines over here are the same length. So you can see that when they draw, they have two lines here, but they only have one line for these two here, meaning they are equal. And then the other characteristic we have is that the angles, opposite angles. So these angles over here are also the same. Okay. So that's just quickly a quick example, a quick explanation on some of the rules of these quadrilaterals and their characteristics. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to answer this form, page 100. I want us to answer today. Now, when you finish with page 100, while we do it today, please remember to send it to us in the line group. This one, but we'll do it today now in class. And if you guys work fast enough with me, we can finish it. And if we finish it, there's no homework for today. But you have to remember to write your name on the page and send it to us after we finish. Okay. Are you guys ready to start? Yes. You're not ready? Well, it's going to work one of two ways. The first one is we all work together and we complete it together. The other way is you don't want to help teacher, you do it on your own. after this class. So we can either do it now together or you do it on your own. What do you guys choose? Do you want to do it together or on your own? Which one do you choose?
Do it together.
Do it together. Okay. So let's start. Are we ready? Yes. Let's do it. Let's do it. So what does the question ask? Let's say tick a 3 for the characteristics of each type of quadrilateral. So let's first look at the quadrilateral type. We have a square, a rectangle, a rhombus, a parallelogram, a kite, a trapezium. So while we answer on page 100, please also make sure to look at page 99 because all the information we need is on page 99. So let's look at the first one. Square. Look at the square. Change the color here. So let's read what are the characteristics and let's see which one are correct. The first one, all corners are right angles. True or false?
True.
True. We just put a tick mark there or you put a 3. You choose either tick or put a 3. Okay. Opposite corners are the same.
True.
True. Excellent. All 4 sides are the same.
True.
True. Okay. Opposite sides are the same.
True.
True.
Excellent. Excellent. Opposite sides are parallel.
True.
True. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Good start so far. The next one is the rectangle. All corners are right angles. All corners are right angles.
True.
True. Okay. Excellent. Opposite corners are the same.
True.
Excellent. All 4 sides are the same.
False.
False. And if you have false, just put an X. You can either put an X in the book or you don't put anything. Okay. You don't have to put an X. You don't have to. If you want to, you can. But you have to tick all the correct ones. Are the opposite sides the same for rectangle?
True.
Yes, excellent. That's true. And the opposite sides are parallel.
True.
True. Okay, so far so good. Excellent answers. The next one now becomes a little bit more interesting. The rhombus. All angles, all corners are right angles.
False.
False. Do you see that on the square, they draw the corner like a small block? And they do the same on the rectangle. Why do they do that? They do this to show you that this is a right angle. So if you see these little blocks in the corners, we know it is right angles. Okay, so the rhombus, it's not true. Second question, opposite corners are the same.
True.
True. Excellent, excellent. Thought maybe I'll catch you with that one. All 4 corners are the same.
True.
Are you sure? I'm not too sure. If you look at the size of this angle, and you look at the size of this angle, the one is bigger than the other one. So for rhombus, the opposite corners are the same. But not all 4 corners or Oh, sorry, I'm reading it incorrectly. All four sides are the same. Yes, that is true. All four sides are the same. But all four corners are not the same size for a rhombus. My mistake, my mistake. Next one, opposite sides are the same.
True.
True. Excellent. Opposite sides are parallel.
True.
True. Okay, I'll accept that one. Now we get to the more interesting ones. Parallelogram. Let's have a look. All corners are right angles.
False.
False. Excellent. Opposite corners are the same.
True.
Excellent. All four sides are the same.
False.
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 Opposite sides are the same.
True.
True. Excellent. Opposite sides are parallel.
True.
True.
True. Excellent. Excellent. How many do we have left here? We have 2 left. Let's see. Let's see if we are able to answer them. First one is the kite. All corners are right angles.
False.
Are you sure? Yes, Tisha, I am sure. It is false. Yes, it is definitely false. It's not the same. What about opposite corners are the same?
True.
True. I wonder. I know these ones are the same over here and here. But what about this one and this one? Well, the rules tell us that they are the same. So therefore we give it a true. We give it true. Let's make sure. If you go back here, a kite. A pair of opposite corners are the same. A pair of opposite corners. Now they say they don't ask for all opposite corners. So we have to assume that it is true, this answer. Okay. The next one, all four sides are the same.
False.
False.
False. Excellent. Opposite sides are the same.
False.
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 False. Why? Because the sides are not opposite each other. They are adjacent. Adjacent. Now, if they are adjacent, if the question asks adjacent sides are the same, yes. But the question asks opposite sides, then it is false. Very good answer, you guys. Excellent answer. The next one. Opposite sides are parallel.
False.
Are you sure? Why is it false? Let's take two sides. Let's take two opposite sides here. This one and this one. Why are they not parallel? Because they meet at a point, and parallel lines never meet. So that's why the answer you gave me is 100% correct. But we need to know why it is correct as well. It's because parallel lines will never touch. They're always separate, always the same distance apart. Never get closer or further from each other. Okay. And the last one at the bottom is our trapezium. So our first question on trapezium is, all corners are right angles. True or false?
False.
False. How many corners of the trapezium is right angles? How many corners of the trapezium are right angles? Does anyone know? There is 0 corners that are right angles for a trapezium. So there's no right angle corners here. All of them are either smaller or bigger than 90 degrees. The next one, opposite corners are the same.
False.
False.
False. Yes, most definitely false. All 4 sides are the same.
False.
False. Yes, definitely, definitely. Opposite sides are the same.
False.
False.
Excellent. Also false. And the last one, opposite sides are parallel.
True.
True.
Are we sure? Let me ask you this question. Look at these opposite sides that I'm drawing on the board here. Are these 2 sides parallel?
No.
No. They are not parallel. But are these 2 sides parallel? The top and the bottom. Are they parallel?
No.
Are you sure? The top and the bottom lines, the blue ones.
I'm sure.
Oh, you sure? Okay. Let me help you quickly with that answer. So the first one, the green lines on the sides, left and right, they are not parallel. But the top side here and the bottom, they are parallel. They will never reach, they are parallel. It's just the other 2 lines make us a little bit confused sometimes. So even the question, opposite sides are parallel. We have one opposite side that is parallel and one that is not. And we can also go back to the rule and read. Trapezium. I'm talking about the trapezium. There is only 1 pair of parallel sides in the trapezium, only 1 pair. So in the final answer we have here, you can choose any answer. You can say yes or no, because they don't specify if all of them have to be or if some of them can be. So you can choose to either write no or yes. Choose one to write. Okay. And if you are finished completing this graph, please take a picture and send it to us in the line group so that we can have this on file, so that we can show that we've done some characteristics of quadrilaterals. So please take a picture, write your name and number, and send it to the line group. But that is all that we're going to do today for mathematics. Tomorrow we'll do a little bit extra and do some calculations and measuring sides and angles and lengths. Okay. So because it's Monday morning, let's give you the opportunity to beat me in rock, paper, scissors. Let's see if anyone can be the first student to beat teacher today. So please make sure we have our cameras turned on, and I'll give you about 2 or 3 seconds just to get ready. If you don't have a camera, you can just send your answer in the line group. But here we go. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Shoot. Caesar. Oh, Posh. Yay, Posh.
Okay.
Congratulations. Shane, what did you choose?
paper. Oh no.
Shane, what did you choose? I couldn't see. Posh, congratulations. Posh, I'm not sure. Shane, what did you choose? Not sure. Okay, so far it's only Posh to beat me. Congratulations. Yes. And thank you guys for coming this morning and for being here and being very helpful and answering. And I'll see you guys again in the afternoon for English. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.